Hello, I'm Trey Sullivan coming to you from the LG Digital Studio at Georgetown University's School of Continuing Studies. In focus today, speech and expression. I'm joined by Erika Cohen-Derr, the Assistant Vice President in Student Affairs here at Georgetown University. Erika, welcome.
Thank you, Trey.
Speech and expression, freedom of speech, interpretations of the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, these are topics that we hear about all the time in the news. What should we, the consumers of this information, be aware of as we form our own opinions?
Well, you're absolutely right. This is a hot topic on college campuses right now, Trey, and certainly here at Georgetown. What it means for us on campus at Georgetown is a real question of balance, right? How do we balance being a world-class, cutting-edge research institution with a Catholic and Jesuit grounding and philosophy, a place where free speech and exploration of ideas is absolutely central to who we are, and also a place where our sense of community, of care and respect for all people, a diverse group of people with different identities, different experiences, different ideologies, different belief systems, where all of that can coexist. So these issues come up in very philosophical ways through the curriculum. They also come up in very practical ways through the things that students do inside and outside of the classroom.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's turn our attention to the relationship between speech and expression at Georgetown and your leadership as the Assistant Vice President in Student Affairs. Can you help us understand a little more how you seek to align Georgetown's institutional values and how these values are lived out at Georgetown?
Absolutely. Our values start in something esoteric, like our speech and expression policy, and they are carried through in the actions and activities of our student body. So we have a speech and expression policy with a very strong and philosophical preamble. This is a policy that was written by a team of people, including one of our terrific Jesuit priests, Father Jim Walsh. He was faculty member in the theology department, and he collaborated with the team. And I just want to read you one of the preamble comments. A university is many things, but central to its being is discourse, discussion, debate, the untrammeled expression of ideas and information. This discourse is carried on communally. We all talk and we all listen. Ideally, discourse is open and candid and is characterized by courtesy, mutual reverence, and even charity. And what you hear in that is the Jesuit concept of the presupposition. The idea that when we're engaging in discussion or debate with somebody, that we want to presuppose positive intention in that person and enter into that discussion with mutual respect and with the most positive cast on what they bring to the conversation, and assume that we're going to have that in return. Our policy also speaks to really practical aspects of speech and expression. For example, we expect that in almost all circumstances, any speaker who comes to Georgetown's campus to give a talk will include a question and answer portion of that event. So students and others attending can really interrogate the ideas that they're presented with, that they can ask questions, that they can put alternative ideas out there, and that there can really be an honoring of this idea of exchange and discussion.
Thank you. So, Erika, finally, last question here. You have multiple points of connection to Georgetown. You're the Assistant Vice President in Student Affairs. You're an alum of the Doctor of Liberal Studies program. You also teach in the Master's in Higher Education Administration program. Can you tell us a little bit how you infuse your experience in the Doctor of Liberal Studies program into your pedagogy with the students at Georgetown?
Absolutely. My experience in the Doctoral Liberal Studies program has been central to the work that I do. I recall taking a class on postmodernism, where we were confronted with the idea of the absolute weight of human responsibility in the face of tragedy, in the face of war, in the face of doubt, and how do we as human beings make commitments and choices and carry on in the face of some of those really pressing issues. And all of that informs lots of these questions around speech and expression, and around how students become informed, autonomous, interdependent human beings, right? And so as a student affairs educator, that's central to the work that I do. We also, I remember taking a terrific elective class on placehood and the idea that geographic places or physical places or conceptual places like an institution, like a university, would hold values and would confer those values on people, and that those people over generations would find new interpretations and new ways of living out that experience of the place. And in my work as an instructor, teaching higher education students about student learning and development and growth, those ideas inform the ways that we talk about practical aspects of being a higher education administrator. How do we construct environments that promote growth and learning? How do we write policies or interpret some of these philosophical ideas into very practical aspects of the university community?
Right.
And so it has been a way to come full circle.
Yeah, a lot of deep connections there, it sounds like, for you. Erika, thank you so much for sharing your insights. It's been a real pleasure talking to you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Trey.
Stay tuned for more from the LG Digital Studio at Georgetown SCS.